Ms. Richards, Planned Parenthood has sent $32+ million in grants overseas. Does any of these funds go to the Democratic Republic of the Congo?
Congressman, let me tell you.
No. We don't have time for a big narrative.
I'm not going to give you you asked me a question. Any of the money that is Planned Parenthood raises and is given by foundations and individuals to support family planning services around the country is in Africa and in Latin America, and they go to individual organizations. I'm happy to provide you a list of those organizations, but I did not bring them with me here today.
You could give us a list of those organizations. Does Planned Parenthood have any ownership in foreign companies?
I don't believe so. I don't know what you mean by ownership.
Well, in your 2013 tax return, it lists $3.3 million marked as, quote, investment, end quote, in Central America and the Caribbean. I'm just asking if that investment was an actual investment.
We don't own anything in those countries. What our
let me keep going. Well, I have to keep going. I need to I would appreciate a list, and you've been very cooperative so far.
We have been extremely cooperative.
Yeah, and I just cited that. If you can give us a listing, as you said you would, of where those dollars go overseas, we would very much appreciate it. Your compensation in 2009 was $353,000. Is that correct?
I don't have the figures with me, but I don't want to.
Congratulations. In 2013, your compensation went up some $240,000. Your compensation we're showing in baseline tax returns is $590,000. Correct?
That's not my annual compensation. My annual compensation is $520,000 a year. I believe there was a program that the board sort of put together for a 3-year. I'm happy. Again, I think we've been extremely forthcoming with all of our documents.
Let me go to the next one.
Will the gentleman yield?
No, I won't. The Planned Parenthood and its lobbying arm, Planned Parenthood Action Fund, it controls 2 527 organizations that have their own political activities, Planned Parenthood Votes and Planned Parenthood Action Fund PAC. Do they receive money from Planned Parenthood to conduct these activities?
The Planned Parenthood Action Fund is a totally separate corporation, receives no federal dollars whatsoever.
What about the management? Who manages it? Do you manage it?
It's managed by a team of people who are employed by the Planned Parenthood Action Fund. I don't directly manage it, no, sir.
Do you help manage it?
Some of my time is allocated to it, but I do not oversee that. I oversee.
In 2013, you were listed as a shared employee. In fact, you were compensated with $31,000 to help run that organization, correct?
You asked me, excuse me, sir, but you asked me if I ran the organization.
Do you help run it?
Some of my time is allocated to the Planned Parenthood Action Fund, which is required by law, and we meet all of the legal requirements.
And so you also involved in the Planned Parenthood Action Fund. If you could help us understand what the duties are for your $31,000 of contribution, my guess is you running the mothership here, when you show up and want to have something done, it's probably done. Does Planned Parenthood control any organizations that lobby?
The Planned Parenthood Action Fund is a separate organization that has its own board and its own fundraising. Federal employees.
Shared list, shared emails, shared assets. This is the concern. Tell me about
I just want to make sure you understood my statement, since I know that we're talking about federal funds. 0 federal funds are related to the Planned Parenthood Action Fund.
It's the commingling that bothers us. Every dollar that you get, hold on. Every dollar that you get from federal dollars means you don't necessarily have to allocate it for these particular assets. So that's what we're concerned about. Tell me about the $200,000 you gave to the Ballot Initiative Strategy Center. What was that for? That was in 2013 as well.
So I'm not familiar with that exact payment, but I'm happy to
Well, you gave him $200,000. If you don't know, you're running this organization. Hold on. Let me list out what their goal is. Their mantra is, quote, envisioning a future where progressives change the game and use ballot measures as a political and civic engagement tool for victory. And you gave them $200,000.
Sir, I run an organization that has a budget of roughly $200 million. And so when you pull out one figure out of the last 5 years, I'm trying to be responsive. It's important to, and perhaps you're not aware that there have been many efforts in states over the last several years to pass ballot initiatives that restrict women's access to birth control and reproductive health care.
But you also
we've absolutely been involved in ballot initiative measures that have been introduced by people who want to restrict women's health care.
If you want to be a private entity, be a private entity. But you don't need federal dollars in order to do this.
I don't use federal dollars to do that, sir.
You do to run the organization. Planned Parenthood has given Planned Parenthood Action Fund more than $22 million to involve in their lobbying expenditures and their advocacy efforts.
None of the dollars that you are discussing are federal dollars, and the Planned Parenthood Federation of America receives almost federal dollars. I think at this point only $21,000 for a clinical trial network.
It goes to the same organization,
control.
And you just separate all that out. Let me go to the last
point. We are highly accountable.
I've gone over time. I need to show this last slide. This one I don't understand. And in the case of Dana, when she came to Planned Parenthood, did she get a mammogram?
No, she was referred for a mammogram. Absolutely.
And that's part of the challenge, is that you don't do mammograms. So if you go ahead.
I'm sorry,
you don't do mammograms, correct? There's like one or two places that doesn't, but you don't do mammograms.
If you would give me one moment to explain. Sure. Planned Parenthood is a women's health center, just like where I go for my breast exams every year. If you need a mammogram, you're referred to a radiological center, and that's how women actually receive their care. And we provide breast exams I can get you the numbers of how many hundreds of thousands of women received breast exams at Planned Parenthood last year. Has nothing to do with, you created this slide. I have no idea what it is.
Well, it's the reduction over the course of years in pink. That's the reduction in the breast exams. And the red is the increase in the abortions. That's what's going on in your organization.
This is a slide that has never been shown to me before. I'm happy to look at it, but it absolutely does not reflect what's happening at Planned Parenthood.
You're going to deny that if we take those numbers out of your report?
I'm going to deny the slide that you've just shown me that no one has ever provided us before. We've provided you all the information about everything, all the services that Planned Parenthood provides, and does it feel like we're trying to get to the truth here? You just showed me this. I'm happy to look at it.
I pulled those numbers directly out of your corporate reports.
Oh, excuse me. My lawyers are informing me that the source of this is actually Americans United for Life, which is an anti-abortion group. So I would check your source.
Then we will get to the bottom of the truth of that. Mm-hmm.